A lot of this, obviously, um, I mean, for the first part at least, it's not really in your control because a lot of it is just the first part is just hydrating and making sure that you're eating healthy foods. So I know, guys, it's kind of out of your control, but um, you want to make sure, obviously, you're eating right, you're eating healthy, and you're staying hydrated. So obviously, you guys have your own water bottles, that you bring to the game. That's to stay hydrated during the game. But what are you doing in the 9 hours that are leading up to the game, or the 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours that are leading up to the game? Are you drinking Cokes all day and drinking Pepsis or whatever, or drinking juice, or are you trying to drink as much water as you can because you got to stay hydrated, um, which helps with energy obviously during the game. And food wise, I understand obviously you guys are kids, you want to eat junk whenever you can, and you try to maybe during lunchtime, but not before dinner or not around dinner time or close to the game. So you want to make sure you're giving yourself a lot of good nutrients to help you um, you know play with a lot more energy and just be ready for the game in that way. Second thing is it's totally in your guys' control, which is how you guys prepare on your way to the game. So for you guys, you got to think of it as like, once you start putting on that dress shirt, and you're putting on your pants, putting on your dress shirt, putting on that suit jacket, tying up your shoes. Once you start that process, that's you're starting to get prepared to go into battle. Um, I understand we're just playing a sport, but really you are battling. You are. This is it's not war, but it's a freaking battle, and it's a tough one, and it's a competitive sport. So you can't just expect not to prepare, and then all of a sudden you put the helmet on and boom. It can happen, but it's not that's an exception, not the rule. My opinion, to prepare yourself properly is it starts as soon as you start putting on your dress clothes. So I used to do the same thing. I used to have a dress shirt, then a suit that I'd have to wear too, and as soon as I did that, that was like me getting into the mood and getting ready to play. How can I prepare? And a lot of this stuff, I can't really point the finger at you guys because I couldn't imagine being 12 or 13 and a young kid in this day and age, with a lot of distractions. So I I applaud you guys, and I'm proud of you guys for coming as prepared as you do. I think what could help you guys is to maybe um, disable the apps, or put a timer on the apps, whatever apps you use, social media apps you use, and prepare a playlist, whatever music you listen to. For me, that was a little bit of rap, a little bit of rock. I would have a playlist that I would listen to that helped me get prepared, helped me get ready for the game. what's what How is it like, what is going to get me pumped up to play, get the blood flowing, get the heart pumping, really get me excited to play. um, and you should really and start to visualize. So whether you're a defenseman, forward, it's not about, oh, how can I make the sickest snipe, or um, lay a guy out, or I don't know, whatever is like a highlight reel. It's not about that. It's for me, and what I think is helpful is replay in your mind successful plays, something that is up, something that is, for example, making a really good pass out of the corner, and you were just battling for a couple 10 seconds with the opposing player. All of a sudden, you got the puck, and now you make a clean pass to your winger. Or if you're a forward, um, blocking a shot, or um, you know, pinning a guy to the board so that your teammate can make it, and then you are going into the slot for receive a pass, and you get the shot, and you get a nice shot on net. Or um, making sure that you're, as a centerman, you're in the right position defensively. You lift the guy's stick before he could get the puck, and all of a sudden you send it to your defense sends it to the winger, and you're getting the puck with speed into the neutral zone. And thinking about like a 3-on-2, or thinking about like all the right plays to make. It's not about making the sickest snipe, or thinking about all that, and thinking about how much you could score. Or as a defender, like running up and sorry, skating up and down the ices and dangling through everyone. It's what are the best. Just to visualize yourself making these plays, and that really helps you get into the right mindset along with the music. So you're decreasing the distractions with the social media or the video or the whatever apps you guys are playing on, whatever games you're playing, right? Clash of Clans or whatever it is. I don't know, but um, I'm all for having fun, but and I love to have fun, but there's a time and place, right? Once you are on your way to the game, it's go time, it's game time. Let's get prepared as best as we can. Um, so one thing I that helped me is instead of playing to make a mistake, you want to play to win. So you don't want to be hesitant. You don't want to focus on avoiding failure. You want to be aggressive. You want to say, okay, we're going to go there. We're going to win. This is how we're going to win. We want to play aggressive. We want to take the game to every single team we play. I don't care who we're playing. It's how are we gonna be aggressive, and what's the next positive thing we can do to or I can do to help the team succeed, or what's the next positive thing. So forget about, oh, I made a mistake, like, oh, I should have passed when I didn't. It's okay. You get off. Okay, what's the next positive thing we could do to help the team win? What's the next best thing to do to help the team win? So focus on those things. So it's focusing on the positive next play and how can we be aggressive as a team to win and put each other in the best possible place to win versus uh, not doing that and playing hesitant. And I know you do a lot of work in the off season, and obviously that comes with you guys have, some of you or maybe all of you have certain desires to play at a certain level. So you want to try to be perfect, right? You want to, oh, I need to be this like incredible player. And if you guys put in a lot of good work, you guys will get to that perfect is not possible, but you will become better, and the journey to becoming better is what's important and making that progress. But I think to take it down a step further is, what is something that you can get better on, and focus on a small achievable goal to make that possible. So maybe it's something you think to yourself, okay, I need to have a little bit more patience when I'm making the pass, or I need to put my head up more when I have the puck on my stick. Whether it's in the neutral zone or the offensive zone or the defensive zone, I need to have my head up more, or I want to get a better shot. Whatever that thing is, pick one thing out of your game, and that's part of growing up, right? It's being accountable to not only people around you, but most importantly yourself, to not make excuses for yourself. So if there's something you need to potentially get better on, or something you feel like, ah, damn, I wish I could be this, or I wish I could do this, take a small step. So an easy example would be getting a better shot. So if I'm a player and I'm taking 50 shots a day, so taking shots, if I'm shooting 50 for every day, and I want to get better at shots, I'm shooting 50 as a player and you're shooting 5 as a player, you're at 1,800 shots roughly, right? For the player who's taking 5 shots. I'm taking, at 50 shots a day, 18,000 shots. So if my shot's getting harder, and I'm doing the right techniques, and I have a coach, or I go to a skills camp, who's gonna have a better shot? The guy who takes 18,000 shots, or the guy who takes 1,800 shots, or 1,800 shots? So hopefully that's a simple enough example to just make you guys realize that, like, perfect is a very almost unattainable thing. You can never be perfect, but what you can do is take one thing and get better at it. And the way you get better at it is to pick what you want, and then go back another step and say, okay, how can I get there? And that, whether that's shooting more shots, or having just looking up more when you practice, and you feel like you look down too much, or having more patience, or certain, like, whatever it is, it's something small, and how can we work backwards to do that, right? And I know, I don't know, I'd imagine some of you guys get nervous before a game, and whether it's all of you or none of you, I think some of I couldn't imagine that none of you don't get nervous. But I think it's whether it's nerves for hockey or nerves just in general, you're just you're really excited. Really, that's all it is. Obviously, your heart rate is increased. You feel like you see and hear everything. You have heightened senses, right? And you got a little bit of butterflies. It's not really that you're nervous. It's just you're ready to go. You're pumped up. You've reached that goal of being pumped up to play. You're ready now. You're focused. You're heightened focus. You're ready to go now. You're all pumped up. Um, so this is the state you want to get in order before you play the game. Um, and rightfully so, right? You guys, again, you're ready to play. You're excited, um, and you should be because again, it's a freaking battle. But um, even when you are excited, if you feel like you're nervous, if that does happen to you, say to yourself, I'm very excited to play this game. Whether that's before the game, maybe your parents give you a nudge and say, "Hey, how you feeling?" I'm excited. I'm ready to play the game. I'm ready to play hard. Ready to play. I'm ready to play fast. I'm ready to do what's best for my team to win. I'm ready to make the plays that I need to make in order for my team to win and be be the best player I can for my teammates. Um, so you just is saying those things out loud is something that, without getting too much into the weeds, and too detailed, guys, it's that's just saying stuff like that is something that allows you to actually be better and do those things you are saying. Just saying it out loud, so you're not making the nerves take over you. You're saying, "No, I'm excited." Your body's ready to go, and you're saying, "I'm excited to make this to play this game and do what's best for the team and play hard and play fast." I know I said techniques before, and you know, practicing, and but that's exactly when it needs to be applied in practice, right? You never want to be thinking about like, okay, well, I want to pull my wrist in this area because I saw Bedard do it, and when he pulled it like this and he did it like that, he shot it at this exact angle, and yada yada yada, right? Like you don't want to overanalyze anything. You just want to think, always have a mindset again while you're prepping, even before the game. That's why it's so important because you're already getting in that mindset of what's best for the team. And when you think of what's best for the team over and over and over, what's the best play to make on this 3-on-2? What's the best play to make, when we're, bogged down for 2 minutes in our zone? We just want to ice it and get it out. What's the best play to make when I have no speed in the neutral zone, but my other forwards are flying up the ice? It's probably best to give them a pass, right? Um, what's the best play to make? You never want to be like thinking in your, like, I got to do this because, you know, I don't know, I trained this way, so this is how exactly I have to do it. Screw everyone else. Um, just focus on the best possible outcome and what's the best play to make. And honestly, when I think of this, and I thought of this point, for me, I've seen it too many times where whether it's a forward or defense, doesn't matter. We want to do the heroic play, right? Um, you make a couple moves and you have two guys open, one guy's maybe backdoor or one guy's in the slot, and we have to finish this highlight reel, not make the smart play. That's the biggest thing for me in my head. Um, but it doesn't just have to be from that. It's okay. What's the better play to make? For me to skate out from the corner as a defenseman, or make that clear open pass to the winger or to the center who's curling with speed, and maybe I could join in on the rush. Or as a forward, maybe I'm at the end of my shift. It's harder to, because I know you guys want to stay on, but it's harder to, at the end of my shift, okay, I just lifted the puck and I have the puck in the neutral zone. It's harder um, to go lift the puck, get the puck, and then skate into the zone when you're dead, when you're absolutely dead and have no energy, versus just dumping it in. That's the more efficient and better play to do. Just dump it in, allow a new line to go and play. Um, and then, obviously you'll go back on. Or, um, you know, I have this, 2-on-1, um, or 3-on-2, and I could, dangle around this guy, but he's closing up on me, so just pass it off. That's the smarter play to make. versus trying to like, okay, I need to dangle through this guy again and like finish the highlight reel. I think we've had a lot of times where, um, whether it's forwards or defensemen, we just have a lot of times where we want to like almost kind of like finish the highlight, um, or it's just like making it harder for ourselves. I kind of reiterate even in the film reviews we've done. It's just like make the easy pass or just it's like the simpler, almost the simpler the better, right? Um, let me look up when I get the puck in the corner because when I just throw it away, no one's prepared for that. Um, it makes it harder for my teammates, and it's just a harder play to make. Everyone's all of a sudden in a more panicked position versus let me take a second, see what's going on. You're always gonna have a guy near you. Uh, for the most part, you guys are growing. You guys are growing. It's not like little pee wee, little tyke hockey anymore. There's not as much space as you think. So you're always gonna have a guy around you. Um, but that doesn't mean you need to play scared and nervous. That's what's the best play to make. Take that extra half second in order to look up and think. It's harder. It's harder to it's a harder play to make to just dump it and um not look. It's not the best. It's not the most efficient play. Um, so yeah, just try to focus on things that what are quick and easy little small wins to make and do to gain little bits of momentum so that everyone is on the same page and everyone's getting momentum. Um, so that comes with just simple plays, really. It's just simple plays, making that quick little pass from defender to forward, or as a forward, making that pass to my guy who's skating with more speed. Simple passes, simple, easier and more efficient play to make. What ends up happening is you end up just playing a simpler game, and we we generate offense and or even and play good defense by just keeping it a little simpler and not trying to do anything too heroic. Sometimes there is some creativity, especially in the offensive zone where you guys it's just like you almost kind of want to just play. But I think you guys kind of get the gist of what I'm saying. But yeah, these are just small things that I think are very helpful for you at this level, any level, select, single, double, triple, junior, OHL, NCAA, AHL, NHL, doesn't matter. Whatever level you're at, it's the main takeaways are preparing, getting in the zone beforehand, and you're at the game. It's what's the best possible play I can make, or how to think of it in this mindset is best possible play to make for the team to win, for us to win, and to just play physical, play hard, play fast, play. You're playing to win, guys. We're not just playing just to be here, just to play a game. I'm all for having fun, and I want to have fun. Do you know what the most fun thing is? Winning. Winning is the best thing, and it's the most rewarding thing to do, to win and to win with the guys you love playing with and playing hard for each other. That's the best feeling. Um, so keep those things in mind from now and moving forward.